guests, welcome to today's Big Brother 19 updates and spoilers. Our house guest of the day is Kelly Hounsell. Kelly, thank you so much for the lanyard and the awesome letter that you wrote to us. We loved it so much, and we so appreciate your support, and we're glad you enjoy the videos. So if you guys want to be house guests of the day like Kelly, check out our Patreon link below, or send us a letter. Yay! Okay, so let's talk about something funny. Let's just start this show off with a funny joke. The house guests were talking yesterday about Jess and Cody a lot because, you know, it's that point in the game where there should be a lot of gaming left, but there's not. So they just spend a lot of time talking about past house guests and stuff that's happened throughout the season. So they're like, hey, do you think Jess is going to try and hang out with us after the show and try and ride our coattails? That's hilarious. I'm pretty sure she's got her own damn coat because she was just filming Bold and the Beautiful the other day. Right? I think a lot of these jabronis are going to be in for a big surprise when they leave the house and realize, like, oh shit, people do not like us and they like Jess and Cody. It's going to be a wig flip. But anyway, it seems like Raven's been on overdrive lately with the crazy stories. I guess because Matt's not there. She needs the attention. Also, the house guests are not used to hearing them so much because she's been like, Matt's been absorbing all of the crazy. So now it's like out and available to everybody and they're just like, oh, it's too much. So now her latest thing is that she's like this champion runner. She says that she's done marathons. Her mile time was 6:20. Her mom's mile time is a record in Arkansas. It's like 5:45. That time just keeps getting lower and lower because I thought she said 5:50 last time, but whatever. So then she's going through every disease she or her mom has or had in the past. It's just a lot. Like, if she really does have all these things, I feel really bad for them, but, like, is this for real? So, Paul, Christmas, and Alex were all asking a lot of questions because they want to see if these things are lining up or if it's all BS. So then, Raven starts running again because she's a runner now, and the three of them are talking about it after, and they're just like, no effing way. Okay, so then, Christmas and Paul ranting about Raven again later in the living room. Kevin was just sitting there listening, and Christmas is like, damn, it hurts my heart to say this, but she thinks that Raven is going to get a lot of backlash after the show, and she's going to need major, major therapy. I think she needs the therapy anyway, and I'm not saying that to be a jerk, because, like, there's nothing wrong with going to therapy, and I think that it could do a lot of good for her, and, like, I should go to therapy too, sure. Like, seriously, therapy is not a bad thing, so, like, she should go for it. But anyway, where am I? Christmas is tired of the constant one-upping and interruptions from Raven because they'll just be, like, telling stories, whatever. They're like, ha, and then Raven's like, well, I birthed 5 cats last night. You know, she just has to one-up everybody. That might have been more than a one-up. That might have been, like, a 5-up. But anyway, you do not want to interrupt Christmas. That is, like, one of her biggest pet peeves. And she was like, I am not going to even bless her with the presence of this conversation because she doesn't deserve it. That's how she feels when she gets interrupted by Raven. Damn. So, I'm wondering at this point if casting really knew what they were getting into when they picked Raven. Like, did they know that she was going to be like this? Or did they think that she was just going to be like the sweet Southern belle and she's fighting this and she's got this positive outlook? I don't know. I don't know. I feel like they must not have known all this stuff, right? I don't know. I think she kept it under wraps during casting, and now they're like, wow, we really struck gold. So anyway, later, Christmas comes out of the diary room crying, and Josh and Paul are like, are you okay? She says, it's getting real now. I think she was doing her goodbye message for Jason. And at this point, Jason and Alex still do not know that Jason will be leaving this week. So they're feeling a little bit like, ugh, about it. I mean, they'd be upset if he was going anyway, but the fact that it's kind of a blindside, it's not really sitting well with them. So, you know, this leads to a beautiful moment, a 3-person hug. Woo! These are the things we have to look forward to at this point in this season. So Paul is telling them, you know, it's just going to get harder, but then in the end, it's all going to be worth it. Yeah, for Paul, he's gonna win this thing. Everybody else is like, well, shit, you know? I was a freaking attack dog this season, and it didn't get me anything. Yeah, so there was a lot of cornhole playing yesterday. Big Brother let them keep the backyard toys. They still have, like, the badminton net and stuff. And Raven, I can't believe that she is not saying that she's a champion cornhole player because she was kicking everybody's asses, you know? Maybe that's like the one true thing. Maybe she's hustling everybody. Her one truth is that she is a cornhole champion. Maybe she's playing a really elaborate game of two truths and a lie. And like everything's a lie except that she's a cornhole champ. I don't know. But anyway, the good thing about the cornhole, at least some people are talking to Kevin while they're playing, right? He gets included in something, so that's really nice. Alright, so finally, there's hair in the air, there was a game talk around midnight. Josh and Christmas were by the hot tub, and they're just like, I love our team, it's so great, it's such a great group. And they feel like they have a really great dynamic, you know, they push back against Paul when necessary. So Christmas is like, at this point, it's almost becoming impossible for one of us not to win. And Josh is like, don't say that. She's like, it's true. I mean, it kind of is, but when she says for one of us to win, you mean Paul, right? So anyway, Josh is talking about next week, and he says he really wants to win this next HOH competition, even though Paul is now saying that he wants it too. Josh doesn't want to throw it. He wants to go for it. So Christmas is like, that's fine. I'm cool with either one of you guys winning HOH as long as Alex is going. She says Alex has to go. So to make this happen, you gotta beat Alex in the HOH competition, right? So Paul and Josh are going ahead with their plan to have a fake fight after the eviction to throw people off and make it look like they're not working together. And Paul is really hoping, well, they're all really hoping that this will keep Alex from trying hard in the HOH or maybe even throwing it to Paul. We'll see about that. I don't know how she's going to feel after Jason's evicted. I also don't know if they're still going to go ahead with this fight when they find out that it's a double eviction, because they're not going to have time for that trash pile. Whatever. I don't know. But Christmas is telling Josh, like, if you guys are going to do the fight, you really need to be careful because it's going to feel real, and I don't want you to get upset. Okay. So anyway, Josh is like, still saying he really wants this HOH because he's nervous that Paul will not follow through with the plan to get rid of Alex if he wins. Because he's like, why is Paul saying if he wins HOH, he's not going to put up Alex right away? You know, everybody plays in the veto anyway. Why not just put her up there from the get-go? And Christmas is like, well, it makes sense because Alex is not going to try as hard if she's not up on the block herself. So Josh is like, I guess, but at the same time, he's still kind of nervous that Paul is going to keep Alex and maybe, like, use her to get rid of them or something like that. So Christmas is like, I will throw an effing fit if Alex doesn't go next. Oh boy, can you imagine that? So then she's saying Alex has to go because if she stays, she's going to go after Josh and Paul. Paul? I don't see Alex going after Paul, but if you say so. So then Josh, oh, he's in dangerous waters here. Josh starts bringing up jury votes again, and Paul working all the different angles, and he's like, I believe 100% that Paul wants us in the final 3, but I 100% believe that he wants to win. Oh my God, imagine that. Paul wants to win the game. Doesn't everyone, or shouldn't everybody want to win the game? So Christmas is like, well, yeah, that's what he should be doing. You know, that's his game, and we could be doing the same thing and should be doing the same thing. But I guess Paul didn't tell them to do that, so they're like, whatevs. So then Christmas is saying, again, if he does not take out Alex next, things are not going to be okay with this group. You know, she's going to be pissed. Alex has to go. That's the plan. And then Christmas says, like, I feel very uncomfortable about this whole conversation right now. So she's saying the only time we break away from each other is when we make the top 3. And she starts getting really heated. And Josh is like, come on, Christmas. I am a super fan here. He's saying that now. And he says he's been analyzing Paul's whole perspective in this game and his whole gameplay. And he says, yeah, Paul's protecting us, but he's also tainting us. Because he's keeping them safe, but at the same time, he's pulling moves like splitting this upcoming vote to make sure that he's going to have Jason and Alex's jury votes. And it's going to look really bad on Josh and Christmas for getting rid of Jason. So Christmas is pissed when Josh brings this up. She's like, I'm done with this conversation. She starts getting up. Remember when she freaked out on Josh the other day for leaving a conversation before it was over? I guess she's allowed to do that. I guess Josh is one of those club hoes. So then Josh is like, why? Why are you leaving? And Christmas is like, I'm pissy about it. I'm hearing a lot of shit that's not team related, and that's not effing cool. Back off on it. She said that. So Josh is like, all right, could you hear me out though? So she stays there, and he's like, I don't look at Paul like that. You know, I trust him. I'm going to the final 3 with you guys no matter what. Until he crosses me, I'm going to stick with him like white on rice. And then Christmas is like, okay, you know, what he's doing is fine for his game. I just don't want you planting those seeds in my head that he's not loyal to us. I do not accept that. So Josh continues to smooth things over about trusting Paul as Paul comes out to join them. Okay, but then later, it's time for a little Josh monologue in the HOH room. He says to the camera, he is not trying to plant seeds of doubt in Christmas's head or separate the team whatsoever. He sees the amazing game that Paul is playing, and he wants Christmas to be aware of it too. I think everybody knows, and they're just like, Paul, Paul, Paul. I don't know. But he's saying we need to find a way to work as a team that's going to benefit all of us, not just one person. And he says, I understand that Paul's trying to secure jury votes for himself, and he's got to work a lot harder as a vet, but we need to do stuff that's going to help the whole team. So what I'm getting from this is that Josh wants Paul to get the jury votes for him. Because Josh could very easily be doing the same thing that Paul's doing and getting his own jury votes, but I think he's like too lazy or just doesn't know how to work it. It sounds like he's like, if I can't get the jury votes, then you can't either. You know what I mean? Like, it seems like he's just, it's lazy gameplay, and he's expecting Paul to do everything for him, which is not surprising because that's what we've seen from most of these house guests all season. So Josh is again telling cameras he's never going to turn on Paul and Christmas, but he's also not going to play somebody else's game. Why stop now? Alright, so then that was last night. Today, nothing. It's been so slow on the feeds. You know what we haven't seen? Kevin or Jason campaigning or asking anybody for their votes. It's like unbelievable that we are at this point in the game and people are not even trying to campaign. I mean, obviously Jason feels like he's safe. Kevin, it's hard to tell if he thinks he's going or not. I don't know. I can't tell at this point if Kevin thinks that he's going or staying, but Paul told him to be quiet this week and he's listening. Alright, so tomorrow is the double eviction. As of now, Jason will be the first one leaving, and then who freaking knows what's going to happen for the second one. Let me know what you guys are thinking. What do you want to see happen tomorrow in the double eviction? And until tomorrow, much love.